Well, the Summer of '78 album is finally in cellophane. I never believed that these songs and these albums are ever going to come out until I actually see them wrapped in cellophane and sitting on Tower Records. And so there it is. I actually saw it at Tower Records, and it's wrapped in cellophane. And so now it's done. This album, which seems so simple and so effortless, was one of the more difficult albums I have ever made. It took 2 years to make this album. I guess it's because the choices of songs were so great that it took that long to finally hone it down and make it specific. I didn't want to just release an album of songs. I wanted to have some sort of concept to it, and I couldn't find the concept. It took 2 years. I recorded 2 albums. There is probably there's another box set if anybody wants it, of I would say at least a dozen or maybe more outtakes of songs like As Time Goes By and It's Not For Me To Say, and just dozens and dozens of other songs. Every album doesn't work like that. This one did. Most of the albums I either write or I arrange, and I know exactly what I'm going for before I sit down to do it. And then we go into the studio and we put down tracks, and then I put down a scratch vocal, and then we add the orchestra or whatever other sweetening, and then the final process is I finally go in and sing the real vocal, and then we mix it and it's out. And that's usually the process of every album. This one was extraordinarily difficult because I just could not nail the concept. And when I finally did nail the concept, which was I wanted to do a batch of these songs from the '70s, even that was more difficult because there's so many choices. Every time I sang an Elton John song, I said, "Oh, well, I can't do better than Elton on this." And it was they were so associated with these artists, Billy Joel, Elton John, these people. So but I had to go through that process in order to figure it out. The songs that I finally did choose were really not identified with any particular person. And as you know, I realized that these songs were much better written than I had imagined. Take We've Got Tonight. We've Got Tonight was a big hit for Bob Seger, and he did a totally different version than I did. I heard it differently. I played it differently. I sing it differently. And I think the song works for me as much as it does for Bob Seger. Some of you got to hear us perform it live in person, and every night that I would do it, I would find a little bit more to it. That developed into a really nice arrangement, I thought, and we put it right on the album the way it was. Most songs I don't get that luxury of doing. The other songs on the album, we had to work it up right there in the studio, and but I think they all sound pretty good, and I'm very proud of it, and I've been getting a lot of good response about it too. So we'll see how this album fares. The next one is going to be a totally original album, and I'm already hard at work on it. And it will be songs that it's taken me a long time to write. So we'll see what happens on that one, too. But thanks for everybody for sticking by me and waiting for this album, and I hope you enjoy the music.